15 taxi drivers and owners have been taken in for questioning following a police operation after one e-hailing service driver was assaulted and another was shot in Kwadabeka near Pinetown in KwaZulu-Natal. This is happening everywhere. Good evening once more, South Africa. So today we're going to be talking about some current affairs, something that has been happening in this country. So the taxi industry, once seen as a lifeline of our communities, is now feared as the law of the streets. You must remember, as the law of the streets, they were all doing it okay when it comes to handling people who are breaking the law, more especially at the taxi rank. So for decades, taxi drivers and owners have been accused of controlling not only the transport routes, but the very lives of our ordinary people. So they've moved from controlling the ranks and solving all the criminals in their vicinity, but now they want to control the greater community. So it's no longer just about getting people to work or school. It's now about power, intimidation, and survival. Once you become a taxi driver, you must know that it's a survival game, survival of the luckiest, because bullets will be flying. As I'm speaking to you right here in East London, if not last year, this year, drivers stopped everyone or anyone who's transporting others to work or school, private cars, lift clubs, even parents driving their own children. They were ordered to hand over transport duties, as if the road belongs only to the taxi industry. Very disrespectful. They're full of themselves, I would say, very arrogant. They just don't want competition, fair competition. Remember, taxi business is a business, just like any other, so it must welcome competition. For instance, the e-hailing drivers such as Bolt and Uber have become the targets. They were beaten, they are chased, they are even shot at. Can you imagine? And for those who dare enter the taxi business with more taxis, or even stronger fleet, I'm telling you, jealousy quickly turns into violence. Lives are lost, families torn apart, and not only the lives of the owners or the drivers, but also the lives of the commuters. Very sad, very bad. This is unacceptable. So what are they trying to do to monopolize? By enforcing, not only by contracts, and they're not doing fair competition, but they are doing it via fear and by the guns. So it's more like who has more guns, who has more courage to kill people, then that person is going to be prominent. So let's imagine this. Now you buy a car, transport your own colleagues, give them a lift, or maybe just friends. Suddenly a man stops you in the middle of the road. They grab your keys, they interrogate you as if you are a criminal. And what's the crime? Driving people, that's your only crime. South Africa is becoming worse. And it makes me suspect that in some cases, these taxi drivers may just become rebels in the future. But nonetheless, we know that this is not policing, this is not order, this is intimidation. Taxi drivers patrolling the roads more than traffic officials themselves, acting as if the law begins and ends with them. Have you ever seen their arrogance? Have you ever seen how they're acting? Abruptly just stopping a car in an unlawful way where a car is not supposed to stop, but they will stop. That's what they do. They just stop anyway. But where does this leave us as a country? Ordinary South Africans, mothers, fathers, workers, students, they are all caught in this crossfire of the industry that has long gone unchecked. Because I don't feel like there are law enforcement officials who are really investigating all of these actions. If they are, I've never heard of any results. What happens to these drivers who are killing others? Until there's accountability, until the state takes back control of its roads, the cycle of fear, violence, lawlessness will continue. Very sad. And the victims will only be e-hailing drivers or taxi owners. It will be every South African. It won't only be e-hailing drivers or the taxi owners. Anyone who's moving freely is going to be stopped and asked, where are you driving your children? Where are you driving your family? Where are you going, you and your friends? Why didn't you take a taxi? So, man, with that being said, I have a lot to say. But this thing is affecting each and every one of us, South Africans. We've been experiencing this. If you are a South African, more especially if you are residing in a location or a township rather, you will always experience this. For instance, where I stay, cars used to stop by my house, just there by the gate, and I'd go straight to town. But now I have to take two taxis. Did they consider my budget? No. All they care about is their own budget. But now, the only thing that is left, it is for the government or the police enforcement or the law enforcers to enforce, to treat everyone equal on the roads and not the taxi drivers special. So, my people, let us not allow these people to continue controlling us like this. I don't want to say a lot, but with that being said, good night. Have a great one. Take a taxi tomorrow. Don't drive your car just to be safe. This is Buddy Kadondo, your host. You know, man, LOVE is what I spread. So please take it and send it to the next person because they also need it as much as you do. Danko.